What is up, everybody? Jay Nell here, coming to you the night before the UFC's first event on ESPN streaming service. It's like the Fight Pass, but it's the ESPN streaming first service because they're on ESPN now. Now, this is their first event on the service, and it's actually a stacked card. It's coming from the Barclays Center in New York. There are 6 fights on the main card. I'm going to do 7 predictions. So I'm actually going to just go ahead and do the first 6 predictions, and I'm only going to break down the main event. So let's go ahead and get into it. First up on the main event of the prelims, I'm choosing Donald Cowboy Cerrone to beat Alexander Hernandez. I'm a little iffy on this fight. This is Donald's first fight going back down to 155, and Alex, I believe, might be one to watch. Be looking out for my 15 predictions and recaps and renegs tomorrow. But I am sticking with Cowboy Cerrone. Now, on to the main card. Opening up, I'm choosing Glover Teixeira to beat Carl Robertson. That's another one. We've got a lot of seeing the young guys going up against the old cats to see where they're at, sort of thing. Older cats. I don't want to say old. I want to say they're out of it. But I am choosing Glover Teixeira. But I think Carl might be one to watch too. So that's another one where I might renege. Now, I'm probably going to go out of order here. My bad. I'm choosing Paige Van Zandt to beat Rachel Ostovich. However, they've both been out for a while. We'll see how this goes. I am choosing Joseph Benavidez to beat Dustin Ortiz. I am choosing Yancy Medeiros to beat Gregor Gillespie. This is the one I've gone back and forth the most on. This is a fight that I think might actually still fight of the night. And this is the fight that I think I might have the biggest chance of reneging on. So be watching for those 15-second predictions and recaps on my Instagram and Twitter, because I make a lot of last-minute stuff there. So I am choosing Yancy Medeiros, but that's the one. They're both scrappy. This could be unpredictable. This could go on the ground or be on the ground or standing up. They both are pretty well-rounded, and they look for the finish, both of them. They take risks, both of them. Again, I'm actually kind of geeked for that one. But I am sticking with Medeiros for now. Next up on the co-main event, I am choosing Greg Hardy to beat Alan Crowder. I think it's interesting that he's got a co-main event spot already. It's got to be that because of that ex-NFL player name, of course. But I am choosing him. Now, main event, and we're seeing 2 champs. This is a champ match here, potentially. I'm gonna say the name of the champion whose belt this is for. So we are seeing the UFC men's flyweight champion, that is Henry Cejudo, potentially defend his belt against the men's bantamweight champion, which is TJ Dillashaw, the snake. Now, TJ, of course, is coming down to 125. Again, now let's talk about him first, the challenger. TJ Dillashaw, he will be the bigger man. He's a bit longer. He has a bit longer reach advantage as well with the hands and the feet, and I think that's key because he is a wrestler first, Mr. TJ is, but he's developed such a stand-up game that we kind of forget about it. His stand-up game is it's not traditional. He's got some traditional, he's got a great jab, he fights long, he's got good footwork, all of that, but it's so unique and so graceful in the way he moves. He lulls his opponents to sleep with the snake is such a great similar comparison for him. I can't talk right now. I'm trying to get this done. It's such a great comparison for him because that's the way his body, it moves, the way his back moves, the way his neck moves, his head movements. Nothing is really sharp with him. Again, he kind of lulls you to sleep, and then he's deceptively fast. He's deceptively strong, as we've seen with the KOs of Mr. Garbrandt there 2 in a row. So he does have punching power. Will he be the stronger man coming down in weight? I do think he will be the stronger man. He's got great footwork. Again, very quick gliding footwork. Everything is so smooth with TJ there. He's kind of a puzzle. Again, he needs to be first. He's deceptively fast. I don't know who's going to be quicker there. I don't know. I don't want to say he's going to be physically stronger because of the skill set of the champion here, and that's Mr. Henry Cejudo. Let's get into that. Mr. Henry Cejudo, of course, is a gold medalist in the Olympics. I believe the 2008, correct me if I'm wrong, freestyle wrestling Olympic gold medalist, and you can see that his wrestling is much, much better than anyone in his division. And I do think that it's better than Mr. TJ Dillashaw's wrestling as well, even though he has that wrestling base. And he has developed his wrestling into MMA wrestling, which is including the strikes and different types of submissions and all of that. He has weaponized his wrestling, his slams, all of that. So I think he's better there. I think he's better there. And because wrestling, traditional wrestling gives you that fundamental strength, the way they train. They're just simply fundamentally, their core strength is stronger than other art forms. It's just what wrestling does. And so because of that, that's why I can't just go out there and say that TJ is going to be stronger than Henry. It's because of Henry's base art. I'm not so sure when they get into close quarters, into the dirty box, and they get hands on each other. Will TJ be able to muscle Henry up against the cage and things like that? I don't think so. I don't think so. And if you see the pictures of Henry, he looks jacked. I haven't watched the weigh-ins yet. Let me know if they both made weight. But Henry looks jacked. So on the ground, wrestling-wise, do I think that TJ will be able to muscle him around? No. Do I think that Henry will be able to muscle TJ around? Not quite sure. We'll see the size difference on the day of the match. We'll see if TJ is depleted from the weight cut. We'll see if Henry's depleted. We know he's missed weight at 125 as well. So as we've seen them, TJ is taller, he's a bit longer, but thickness-wise, TJ isn't really thicker than Henry. Henry still is, they're like the same size as far as the width, the thickness. Henry, I don't think you want to stay standing with TJ Dillashaw. We saw you were able to do enough with Demetrius to get him to the ground. I think you're going to have to do a little bit more. TJ's not as fast as Demetrius, and in fact, you might be a little bit faster with your body movement, because of that wrestling background again. So, this one, I don't know. I can't say one way or another. Again, we'll see if TJ's depleted from the weight cut. Okay, this is how I'm making my pick here. I think TJ is the favorite, but not by much. Everyone's saying that the flyweight division is at stake here, and I've always liked the flyweights. You can check the tapes. I've always been a big fan of the flyweights. They've always been mishandled, mispromoted, downgraded on by the actual company, by the UFC, by Dana White. Instead of calling these men action figures, which is what they all are, great cardio. They're all so fast. They're all so very highly skilled in the flyweight division as well. They're all little action figures, all little video game characters. That's what they all are. But instead, what do? We crap on them. Oh, no knockout power. Oh, they're not very strong. No knockouts. Instead of the knockouts with the legs, instead of the quick body movement, instead of the punches are so fast they blur together. We can't even see the action. Wow. So they've always been mishandled, misrepresented, and haven't been given a real shot. The champion that they just had, Mr. DJ, most title defenses, most of them knockouts, crapped on by the organization over and over and over again. So they just haven't been given a fair and real shot. And I don't want to see them go away. I want the flyweight division to stay. So I am choosing Henry Cejudo. My biasness in there is because I want to see the flyweight division stay, but also because I think he can win. Okay, to me, this is a toss-up. I think he can win. So, okay, this isn't just my personal biasness. Also, TJ said he doesn't really care here or there whether the flyweight division stays or not. He says he can defend the belt at both weights. We'll see what that happens. If TJ wins, I think there's more of a shot that we do get rid of the men's flyweight division. However, I also kind of think that this is all publicity. That they're just, because you saw Dana White when Ariel actually asked him what's going on with the flyweight division. Have you already made a decision? And he's all playing coy. I don't know. We'll see. So part of me thinks that this is all them pumping up the fight, and that even if TJ wins, they'll still keep the flyweight division. But I don't know. I'm not certain of that. So I am picking Henry Cejudo. Let's get all the way behind the flyweight staying, whether or not this is just publicity or not. But again, I think it's going to be a great fight, actually. Great fight. And wouldn't be surprised if TJ wins. Let me know who you pick, any injury updates. Let me know how you feel about this whole controversy about the flyweight division, period. How you feel about all the fighters. All the flyweights have been contacting Henry saying, please win, we're behind you, please save our jobs, basically. So let me know how you feel about all of that controversy. Let me know how you feel about how the UFC has handled that division from day one, how they've handled DJ from day one. Do you feel like they've disrespected them or not? Let me know how you feel in the injury updates. This is a great card from top to bottom. It's actually really stacked for the first ESPN streaming card. So again, talk to me. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where I will have 15 seconds recaps and prediction videos and probably some ring digs going on there in my 7 picks. And subscribe, like. I'm on Snapchat now. Talk to me. Take care. And goodbye.